Atamaso Party in Canada. You are all welcome.
Thank you.
Today we have two programs. Welcome ceremony in our Ontario branch meeting. I'm the moderator. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Michael Ologo. Her name is Honorable Shirley Nana Osei Ampem. And I tell you, this lady, me, I'm not a woman organizer, but I've learned so many things from her. I'm telling you, she has done so much for the party. And she went to spend how many weeks? 2 weeks in Asin North during the by-election with a big clap of one.
If I watch TV, I was watching updates on CNN, hoping to see something from Canada to see what's going on, or even our local weather. My driver would testify I never turn my radio on when we drive, because you hear yourself. You hear interfere with my thoughts, my vision, the purpose why I went. So I prayed to my God and I said, continue to give me that direction. And then we have to host your funeral. It would not sit well for the congregation that was coming. So we begged them to do it at the school park. And at that time, I gave them my word and I said, one of these days, if, opportunity comes, we will come in and help to build a community center for them. In 2013, actually 2012, that community center was built for them. At that time, we all just thought we're doing a good, that's how God works. We didn't go in because I'm looking to run an election or get a seat, so I have to do something to impress the community. No, it wasn't the idea at all. It was to help to promote, to develop the community. So when time came, this is the same place that my opponents will go and stand for their rallies. In fact, one joke came about that during the 2020 election, whilst Honorable Kennedy Japan was helping the incumbent at the time to at least improve or maximize her electorate, they went under the same podium, but smart enough, whoever decorated it, because they put on top of it, donated by Joe Quayson. But when they decorated it, they tried to cover it. So he started bashing, so that's when the whole thing started. Oh, Joe Quayson is a Canadian. I have all his papers, as usual, he'll be waving stuff in the air. I have his documents, it's right here. What has he done for you people while you are following him? So I heard the chiefs and elders, the MC started and said, hey, Honorable, baby original, no see my name. So right away, 3 times, he told me himself in Parliament, we met one time. He says, hey, Joe, where do you? I'm saying, why? About Chrome, no man Chrome. I still not remember not tolerating him at all. Right. So we sowed the seed. This is why I'm encouraging every one of us. The little you can do, it doesn't mean you want to run for MP. It doesn't mean you want to be a DC. But the people themselves, once you start exposing yourself and doing things to help the community, they are the one that's going to help you. See, it was costly, but it was a smart cost. I would say we spend about 33% based on our opponents. They spend roughly 50 million cedis. We spend about 15 million cedis. Effective, and even we increased and doubled our win. Yeah, they says, Honorable, how are you enjoying your celebrity status? So I'm following you, so you teach me that. That's it. But it's for the nation. And I know we are not here going back to look for wealth. This is not the time we want to bring our kids to school here. This is not the time we want to buy a property here or educate ourselves. We've achieved, God has helped us to achieve everything. We are going to give back. And that's what politics should be. I mean, you don't go without intent. This is why this is more than we even value ourselves. I didn't even know how you step in a place and then people are seeing you as their Messiah, they see you as their hero, somebody who can make their life meaningful. The purpose alone, that even the hope alone, the youth are so emphatic about it. And by the way, I use the youth. When I went in, I registered about 4,500 youth as a youth wing, Friends of Joe Quayson. Those who are from 18 up to about 25. If we read back to Nkrumah's history, this is why he formed the Young Pioneers. Why am I going to spend my time talking to some local chief who he thinks that he coughed MPP, he sneezed MPP, he eat MPP? But the youth, the same person's son or grandson or daughter, if I can affect and show her there's an opportunity somehow in life, eventually that child will change their mother's heart and the mother will change the father's heart. And that's how it works.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you are talking to the mother or the father at the time, they'll say, no, me there, I want me to MPP. Onim why I want to. But son only. So I also let them know that until you pray one day he dies. I bet your panic will come. Right? Hopefully. But party, so when you break these things down to them, they begin to think. And also when I do projects for them, I tell them, you know why I don't want to hand money to you guys? Because I'm a human being. And if I'm handing money to you, I'll be convinced to hand it to the person that I know or trust will support me. But that's not how you can affect community. I'd rather use that money and come and build a small community center for you guys where you can all sit. And they appreciate that. So eventually you are winning the heart of the other side. When I improve the schools, it's the same thing. And I said, if I have protocol to offer some scholarships or say incentive to go to police, immigration, or anything, I'm not going to ask that poor child what party your mother or father belongs to. The child's development is what I'm thinking about. So when you break all these things to them, they realize, hey, it's a different, unlike the other side, will tell you, I won't come. When you people need the any family. And that's not how to run a society. And I'm begging you guys this afternoon, I'm not going to bore you. I'm so glad to see you all. And I know you are all supporting me in spirit. Yeah. And I have to thank you for all the donations as well. I know how life here is in Canada. I lived here over 40 years before I went back. When I was leaving Achampo, I was here when I heard there was a pilot school and Akufu took him out. But we never left our spirit and interest in Ghana. We're going back and forth every day, trying to assess how best we can all fit in. So any opportunity we have, let's embrace it. If you are very strong in a constituent, trust me, there's opportunity for you. The cause for my fight, an ongoing fight, actually was to also make an example. Because if somebody doesn't stand up, many times I was engaged, and I shared that with Mike, trying to bribe me out. On 3 occasions.
But I will tell him how much. Tell him how much you were trying to give you.
On 3 occasions. One time, of course, you all heard about how we managed, I won't say I alone, how we NDC managed to get the swearing in done on January 7th, right? Mm-hmm. We all saw it. It was very dramatic. Yeah. We all saw it. And after that, They thought they could just bully their way through. This guy is this old bugger. That is what I heard in Parliament, in passing. Those people who live so long outside, they have a very light skin. They can't survive. So, but they didn't know they were dealing with an old soldier. You know, so they'll come in, they'll talk to me, honorable, you say, you're a nice guy, we want you to step aside, you know, the whole thing is politics while we are doing this. I said, so why if you understand it's politics, then why you, that means when people say you are influencing the judiciary, that is correct. Mm-hmm. How can politics affect the decision? I said, no, I don't believe what you're saying. So, they're off outside the account. I said, they call a second time, this time they will pay all my costs from primaries all the way down to election. And I said, and then cancel the matter in court. I said, no, I still don't believe that the government has their hand in the court matter. So I'm not in favor of that. I want to believe the judiciary is separate and independent. So finally, when e-levy came, and they attempted this on me and it didn't work, they arranged to have me in court that day so they can table the e-levy for voting. Because we were 137, right? And there was one MP, the Chief Chancellor Minister, who was not well. So he could not come in to vote. So that means even with the former MP who's independent joining them, we became 137 one day, so there's no way they're going to pass it. So obviously, they had to arrange to find a way, put me in court that day. You can't leave the courthouse and go to chamber because, you know, you could be charged with contempt or whatever. But anyways, party decided to walk out for that matter. We had a big backlash by grassroots. The final time was this by-election, where they actually want to put money on the table. Cancel the case, you walk scot-free, we'll give you some $500,000, take a walk.
$500,000.
Wow.
So I asked myself at my age, and the people behind me, all these people of Asinop, tens of thousands of them, who have invested their hope and faith in me, what is the call for the money? And even if you are not wise enough not to take it, or you are not, I would say, it's not in your nature to do such a thing, and even you did it, these are the same people that will first expose you. I'm bringing this up so you have to be very careful. They will make you look worse than Cecilia Dapa.
Oh, wow.
For some reason they can, and this day and age too, you can get a graphic design, anybody, IT personality, to take your hand and your picture grabbing the money. And if you put a word in your mouth, make it look like you're speaking.
Yeah.
God has graced us here. We all have a roof over our head. I have family here. Even if I came to Canada, I don't have a place. I can go to my sister Golda's place. I can go to Becky's house. I have too many places to spend my time. So why am I going to have some? To me, the money is paper. The integrity and the respect and the value that people have bestowed on you.
That's right.
Right now, as Mike said, no money can buy that.
Never.
Billions of money cannot buy that. So this is why sometimes we have to look at. I was a kid in Fancy when we were conditioned to go to Young Pioneers. We are known for it. I see some I asked to go to Young Pioneers, and we learned one thing. They say Nkrumah never dies. It was only yesterday. I'm reading some social media thing. I had Nkrumah's picture on one of their placards and say, Kwame Nkrumah, where you dey? This youth, he was never born that time. The fixed country demonstration. And I started running my mind. I said, this is why they were saying Nkrumah never dies. This child was not even born, but he has come to see the value of this man, and that's what we should live for. So this afternoon, I'll beg you again, and I will end my story by saying I thank you guys. All the donations that came through was sent to national organized support materials, and a coordinated effort. Region came on top. JM did very well, our incoming president. So whenever he finds himself here, you guys make sure you tell him that Quayson said he did very well. We are the backbone of most of our families over there. And I'm not saying that this party, we have to reward ourselves. We have to be proud of ourselves that if you take Kwame Nkrumah's party out, which is, of course, it's not even part of Ghana now. I think most CPP and those who want nation building are NDC. And that's what we should live for, so that generations to come will benefit of our good deeds. It's the same old 60 years ago projects that Nkrumah did that we are living with today, whether it's Tema Motorway, whether it's all these hotels. Yesterday I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine. Ghana started off with about 20 vessels in Black Star Line. I had a cousin who was a chief steward in one of them. When I came to Canada, even one vessel came all the way to Ontario Port here, came to Montreal, and they sailed over here to deliver some steel. We were going to the Soviet Union, all over. We don't even have one now. The guy told me the nautical school there don't even have a vessel to train with. Where's Ghana Airways today? We had DC-10s, 10 of them. They were flying Ghana's flag all over the world. Nkrumah made sure DC-10, Ghana Airways was going to US, was going to UK, Germany, Moscow, all the major, just to showcase Africa. Not just Ghana even alone. Today we don't even have one.
Said this time Ontarians mwetimi enya brancha aye solid. Ye papa ye nua panyi odi nkunim e wo no ana ho fama. We could do 2 weeks of Kromo, a mass 6 near the dam back home, but now we don't care. Yet, Miss Soriano, Panoa, Gary, near TSM. Is your tot de bia now say, Yami Peso Goo and Masia, and Yamaya nephew. Down your margin said Breku, a Honey district capital, Omuku Traquines. Omutra be a name you sent to. Etikane kwa neti sign. Na Nyamia do more de my ye. Be 2 weeks to the election. None ye pesi a your phone be a near year. Tita was only started to turn and fire. In Quafua man now be better no match. Omukwa no makoka. Na anaju back home and say a day to the election. Na me call me branch or say me share branch executives no. Na ye kasa ni hunia ye beye. Ye share prompters ni adena na juno. Na ye kono na omu kai ni yensu ye kai. And I'm saying mo. I think Kwafo ne pesi ye bebu ye man kwa netike ni ye maya no ye din. Omu dwani jai. Because they were so frustrated that they couldn't even know what to do. And we are say wo kokum na nipa na ade ni gina kon anim no ono anim ne kokun wo mbre bebre esan say ye start here ye house to house eboayen eno na ye papa e kan say general election eno na ye de call kon esa say house to house ni boayen pa na ye kwa ubisa almost you de ni betu ko e betu ama na ye de na kwa akotu okwa da mo to ama han o say fa ni form obeko no bi she MPP atade branch meeting ba ko na why na mo she MPP atade tia say madam kasa ye na ye executive ye physically beard say Ghana for subanye omuwo say wo ko election na say wo win don't underrate anybody oche MPP atade pa o enso ye NDC dana na dra Kennedy e Japan e baaye ni enso ye wo breaku ho o kasa almost say na yenso ye meeting say madam mon twen ye ba ye ko diska ni biaba omuko ba omo say ken ka say ye de ayi adwe wi breku aba no ye beto ama honorable na say bujidi to be frank na misuro na anopan so aye start election omo try so mbe ye omo niam eno na ama IGP anya problem no because omo di omo nkrofo ni begu krom pa but IGP ama ho kwan Samu hwe ya Pablo ye kwa atake no ye say ne ka ye che nkrofo ni gu enti omo nso omo ye den emfa omo dwo omo nu bia ba nya me hye ne ho anyonyam 2016 JM Cas Jerry John Rawlings nyame fa ne currency o ka sen bi kire e wo Cape Coast ye mfa na rally no o ka kire ye nse sankrofo omudin e no masesa na omu ye nipa krona hwe enipa ono odi demonstration oye ya ye kumi preku menipa wuye and anytime o se me enye demonstration ene ye ti o sesi ye so ye NDC ni na onya asem a ene na wa koda wo ba bi o wa kodemu ansa na ye de wa court because kwa ye nkam
Arise now ye make transform the land toward a state of development our goal from victory unto victory and this shall live a stable democracy Ghana our strength in unity from victory unto victory and this shall live democracy Ghana our strength Okay, now we will be seated at this time. Yes.
Our strength in unity.